Well, it's Wednesday night again in the great state of Tennessee. Things are looking up right now. We've got no snow on the ground. A little wet tonight, but today was in the 60s. I was like, what? So I busted. I got him from Texas.
Yeah. I thought we were in Texas
you
for
tell?
a minute.
No kidding.
Guess where I've been? Take a guess. Yeah, Texas. I was in San Antonio this weekend. They had the rodeo happening.
Oh, did y'all go to the rodeo?
No,
Oh, man.
but it was going on.
Yeah.
I didn't do a Spurs game, nothing. I mean,
Yeah.
But I was told that you cannot wear straw cowboy hats before Labor Day weekend. It's almost like the
I can see that.
Easter, don't wear white before Easter for girls.
Yeah, it's got to be the beaver felt.
The man equivalent to that is no straw hat. Well, I get down there, everybody's got a straw hat. Nobody cares.
Even in winter. Really.
It's bloody
Nobody
hot
cares.
down there.
It was 80,
Yeah.
you know?
Okay.
So
Well,
it's like, all right.
Not
I
wearing
guess,
not wearing a felt hat.
no, I guess we
No.
can wear the straw today. It's 80.
Yeah.
So, yeah, rocking the hat. I think I might just keep it up too. I don't even care. I love it. You know, the one thing I don't like about wearing cowboy hats is that you're spatially challenged, like going through doors,
That's true.
you know, driving. You got
Yes.
That's because your head's too big.
you got to figure that all out.
Yeah,
How to
that
sit
adds
just right.
that adds a good amount there.
Yeah, yeah. Getting in and out of the car, you know, you can't put your head back on the seat. You do like that happens.
Yes.
So you got to watch all that. But yeah, it's good stuff, man. It's fun. Oh, we got a lot going on. We've had so much happen in the past 3 weeks that we have not been together.
Yep.
And everything is like the thread. It just keeps going, right? What we can talk about. Look at this. You see this? I mean, we got Epstein. We've got, you know, we just go ahead and throw a dart at the dartboard for tonight's topics, and they're all over the map. But the big one that we're going to touch on, Jared made such a great graphic. So great.
Oh, the thumbnail?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Mamdani's a mess, and AOC is right behind him. Like, these are right now the front runners in the Democratic Party, because I don't know.
And of course Gavin Newsom and
But
what's her name?
No, California's done.
Gretchen Whitmer. She's
She's
been thrown in the hat a few times.
Yeah.
yes.
I'm just not afraid of anybody that they have.
No. Well, I mean, Gavin was like okay, maybe, but Californians are rejecting.
Yeah.
I mean, right now it's 2 Republicans in the lead. The Democrats might not even win their own state.
You know, obviously I like J.D. Vance. Don't have a problem with him. But that speech that Marco gave,
Yeah.
Hello.
my goodness.
I've still been, I don't know. I have a sour taste in my mouth about Marco Rubio, just from
Jared, what is up with you tonight, man?
what I'm contrarian tonight. Before the show,
is
I was
just
like, nope,
angry.
nope.
Yeah. Not even give it.
everything.
No.
Jared said
I
he
disagree.
wanted Don Lemon to be
I disagree.
to be the next president.
Yeah.
In
Oh
28.
gosh, no! I'm put out with the Uniparty. I've always been put out with it, and I look. I like Marco Rubio as Secretary of State, kind of like I like Ron DeSantis as Governor of Florida.
Okay.
But do I want a guy who came up in that Uniparty system? Because it's infects you. You know, it's like I don't know. It's like. What's the best? I'm trying to think of a good analogy, and I'm falling short. But once you're infected with it, I don't know, herpes, right? Once you get herpes,
Okay.
you never get rid of it.
Yep.
And you can subdue the symptoms and all that.
You have
sort
to
of
do
thing.
like what Bill Gates did and start giving your wife antibiotics and don't tell
But
her
even
about
that,
it.
like, there's no
Okay.
cure for it,
Right.
So
So your first candidate is Pete Buttigieg.
right, he's purely outside the
Very
system.
good. Yep.
No, so you kind of get spoiled, or I've been spoiled by Trump. He's outside the system. He flirted with the fringes of the system
Yes.
as a donor just to get political favor, which is what everybody did. When he came in, he's not bought and paid for by the system. Marco Rubio kind of is. J.D. Vance, I like him, but I don't entirely trust the guy. So
Yeah, the proof is going to be in the pudding with him for me too. And I agree. Like, I do like JD Vance, but I'm also on the fence about JD Vance.
Trump's been the only presidential candidate in my lifetime that wasn't from the system, that wasn't a politician.
Yeah.
And I like it. I just like I like it just for the sole fact. And I know not everybody has as much money as Trump. I get it, but like I just like I don't really care. about
Yeah.
what y'all say.
Yeah,
attitude.
I don't. Yeah.
I think it's AOC. I'm going to go ahead and play this clip.
Dude, how comical
Just
would that be?
because I'm going to go ahead and play this clip. I think she is the greatest international politician straight from, pick your Republican think tank. This is what we're, this is what we're churning out here, people.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Ooh.
Is that in a rules-based order, hypocrisy is vulnerability.
The music is great.
And so I think what we are seeking is a return to a rules-based order that eliminates the hypocrisies around when too often in the West we look the other way for inconvenient populations to act out these paradoxes.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Yeah.
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
There you go.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
It's so great. It is so great. So great and true.
Oh my
She got
goodness.
bashed 6 ways to Sunday
Man.
for this mess, and this is not the only mess that she made, but she just lacks, Venezuela's south of the equator.
Oh, geez.
Like
yes.
she just you got to remember she's a bartender.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's a bartender. So it's almost like we forget that because she wears a suit and has a big mouth, but she's a bartender. And so, she knows a lot of things. Sure, she's not stupid, but
Well,
she's okay. But I mean, she wasn't a political science major or a geography major or history major
But
or
she can
even a
make
music
great
major.
Tom Collins, though.
She can knock out a Shirley Temple.
Yep.
Man alive, that woman can make a Shirley Temple. So, I mean, give her some credit. She's a bartender that has a microphone and is speaking to world leaders. Good for her. But
If
yeah,
she is can y'all imagine the fun we would have on
anything,
election night
anything. If this
with
is
this?
it,
I
if
mean,
this is it.
oh my goodness.
I mean, if she's up there,
The debates, oh my heavens.
it's like having Tim Walz up there.
Yeah.
It was just a gong show.
can we take a walk back down memory lane?
Oh,
on
please
this clip?
do.
Like this is the one that made her famous for her international policy. This has been 20, I forget what year it was.
Yes, but I also think that what people are starting to see, at least in the occupation of Palestine, is just an increasing
Look at
crisis of
the
humanitarian
interviewer.
condition. And that to me is just where I tend to come from on this issue.
You use the term the occupation of Palestine. What did you mean by that?
Oh, I think what I meant is like the settlements that are increasing in some of these areas and places where Palestinians are experiencing difficulty in access to their housing and homes.
Do you think you can expand on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd also I am not the expert on geopolitics on this issue.
Right.
For me, I'm a firm believer in finding a two-state solution in this issue, and I'm happy to sit down with leaders on both of these. For me, I just look at things through a human rights lens, and I may not use the right words. I know this is a very honest issue.
I mean, it's very honest, and when you
But she said the talking point, two-state solution. So then the interviewer was like, okay, yes, we
understand
we're on the
that.
right track now.
We got the soundbite we need. However, I think it might do well for our viewership if we just play this whole thing.
Yeah, like
I'm not an expert in foreign policy.
Yeah.
All right, fair point.
no kidding. We are.
For those who have watched Budget After Budget,
Well,
it is
whoopsie.
tempting to
I'm
assume that we are in
I'm already playing him, but I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah.
This player has a mind of its own.
So I mean, we've watched her on the world stage now,
Yep.
and Whitmer's there with her too, right?
Yeah.
And that was also not as bad of a gong show, but a gong show.
Yeah.
And
Hillary was there,
yes,
because she brings so much to the table.
and I absolutely love she could not hold back when he started talking about Trump.
No, of
And
course
we've
not.
we've all seen you've seen that. Everybody's seen that video where she just can't shudder. She hates him so much.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh, but
And I cannot wait to see. I wonder how big this event is going to be with them being questioned. I wonder if it's going to be like, get the popcorn,
I mean, you have
gather
to think
around
it
the
is.
television. Like,
this is gonna. That's all that would be. If they have to, obviously they're going to televise this. I mean, this is going to be nonstop coverage.
it's going to be very interesting. And it's going to be great because they're going to tell her, they're going to interrupt her. They're going to cut her off. They're going to fluster her. She's not good when people do that.
Nope.
Because she's in, she's in charge. She's in control.
Yep. There's.
I was going to look for that Gretchen Whitmer clip because this kind of shows what we're really talking about. These first few topics, it does show the lineup of some of the at least the big names. And
The brightest stars. The only one that we don't have is Amy Klobuchar.
Yeah.
And
the one with Gretchen Whitmer, she deferred to let's see, where was it? She deferred to AOC as the expert in the matter.
Yes, that's
which
even
is
better.
just-
That's great.
Oh my gosh, I have so many dadgum clips. Oh, here we go. So she couldn't answer. Look at this. Here we go. That's so great. And one of the people on her panel was, this is a woman they said was going to be a potential candidate for president.
What does victory look like?
No, please, I'd love to hear your answer.
It is. The two that I am on the panel with are much more steeped in foreign policy than a governor is. But I do think that Ukraine's independence, keeping their land mass, and having the support of all the allies, I think is the goal from my vantage point. Go ahead, Ambassador.
She's like,
Sir,
okay.
Better job.
Wow. These people, the problem is,
in all fairness, go ahead. The problem is with these cue card politicians, the minute that you want some depth, they can't go into depth. And that's one place where we do excel at, whether they have right opinions or wrong, or opinions that we see as wrong. An opinion's an opinion. It's like a nose, right? Everybody's got one. We might agree with them or disagree with them, but generally speaking, they can talk a little more in depth on the right than they can on the left. The left
just like rambles.
Yeah.
And that doesn't add up to really, there's words.
Well, here's the problem. The left has it's hard for them to do international things because it's not involving the compassion of the local, food bank. So they're consumed with equality and with all these things that sound great on the outside, but on the world stage they have no platform because all these atrocities are happening, and they can disagree with all of them, but they're just little old me, and it comes down to like in Muslim countries they're throwing gays off the wall of the city. Well, that's an atrocity, but if I'm on the left, I've got to be like, well, but that's their religion and they should have that freedom to express themselves.
Yeah.
But not like that, because it's hurting people.
Except they don't want Christians to.
But Christians can't.
There we go. Yes.
Right. It's got to be hard, man. They're the most miserable people on the planet.
I'm telling you.
Always angry, always frustrated, always upset.
That picture I sent of of O'Leary and when he was dude.
I pulled that clip actually.
That was hilarious.
I've got that clip. Okay, before we play the Mamdani, I'm going to play. No, before we play Mamdani, I'm going to play that clip because
that still shot, I was like,
that was so good.
True.
Once you sent that, dude, I was like, I've got to pull the actual clip. So let me find that one here. It is here we go. This is the full video clip.
Yeah,
and you can see the
it's Mr. Wonderful Kevin O'Leary.
Yeah.
Oh god. The face, dude. Y'all will definitely see this.
I'll pause it on the face.
Kevin, a quick last word.
Oh, wow.
Which I'm
My
not sure.
last word is you're all nuts.
Oh, God.
Thank you, Kevin.
Guys,
am I in on that? Okay.
Look, we got to keep it together here, okay?
I love it.
That
you got to find a little joy in life.
If you show this to somebody anywhere, which one's the Democrat? You're
right? And we haven't even gotten into this mess. The Fulton County mess and the count. And, you know, it's like for all the election deniers out there, you're right. You were right.
Absolutely.
I mean, you were right.
Absolutely.
And nobody's talking about this in mainstream.
If you just look at the graphs, that's all you got to do. Just look at the graphs of when it happened. Nothing. It's impossible to go straight up on one candidate and nothing for the other one.
I actually saw a mathematician did a study on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was a 1 in 111 or 110 million chance.
Statistically impossible.
It's like you cannot.
Unless you just have a big dump of one.
Yeah, which is what happened.
Yeah,
which is what happened.
Golly, dude, that. And you know, of course,
that is it.
Of course, the moderator, Abby Phillips, you know, as this, and y'all will see this clip goes on. She, of course, you know, everybody's talking, but she tells Kevin to stop, and it's like, okay, like, y'all are, God, I couldn't last on this show, but he killed it. He did so good.
Him and Scott Jennings, they're both really
Jennings
good.
Scott Jennings
kills it
Scott
too.
Jennings is wonderful.
Yeah.
I've got another clip of Scott Jennings. Then we'll get to Mamdani.
Honestly, I mean, there's a way to talk about these things. If you don't have anything to say, just say that, and I won't come to you next time.
You don't
All
have
right,
basic
next for
information,
us,
Kevin. You
everyone.
don't know who's running for
Everyone,
the Senate
thank
in
you
Texas.
for being here.
That was a stretch. It was
Next,
insane.
excuse me,
A shovel.
excuse me, stop, Kevin, stop.
The federal government lies.
Next for us.
He's creating
You know what
a
I'm saying?
pattern.
Like, what are you
creating
talking
a pattern
about?
of taking
Because you're
information
creating
and
the
using it for
likelihood
his.
where he can
What
come up with a
likelihood
different...
he's going to make fake ballots for the next time out of the old ballots from this time? Oh, okay.
But he's seen cases involving federal agents with a Venezuelan national in Minneapolis who they claimed had charged them with a snow shovel and attacked them.
What does that have to do with the
Let me
ballot?
get my point across, and then you can. And the point is
Help me.
the point is that they charged them criminally, and when they went to court, evidence proved that what they had
What does
said
that have to
was
do
a
with
lie.
ballots?
That this government lies. That's the point.
All right, Kevin, a quick last word.
Oh, wow.
Which I'm
My
not sure.
last word is, you're all nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
great.
great.
Crap, man.
What does that have to do with ballots? I mean, yeah, it's great. But so you look at the AOC falling down the stairs on an international global stage, right?
Yep.
I mean, you had all these men on that. You know that these guys are sharp.
And then if we criticize her, of course, now it's
we're
coming out,
racist and
we're misogynists and
it's
and,
terrible, whatever. But I'm telling you, for her and Whitmer to be there together is like, what are we doing? Why would we give them? We're supposed to give them our best and brightest, not this. I mean, you've got like,
yeah.
I mean, I hate to say it, but it's like the retarded kid at the spelling bee. You know, like you're like what are you doing?
And I thought it was good that I didn't know on that Gretchen and AOC, and then you got Matt. Oh, what's his last name? That was the bald guy that was in that video with them. That she says, ambassador, and he's like, nope.
Yeah, this is all you.
Oh, he was in the Trump administration this first term. Matt, dang it, I really like him. I can't remember.
I can't remember who it was.
He was he held a big position in the first term, but
I don't think I saw his face. Otherwise, I might be able to.
But it's let's just make that the ticket. AOC and Whitmer. I mean, let's just if.
That'll get you to Republicans 2028, 2032.
It'll win you the state of Minnesota.
Well, yeah.
It'll win that, but
it'll be interesting to see what happens in the state of Minnesota.
God, that place, man.
I mean,
not the whole place. You know what? No, not the whole place.
Minneapolis.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
I mean, we had a big rally here, ICE rally.
Yeah,
it was on the news. Like
all six of them.
people.
All six of them. Just
the comment section was.
Oh yeah, lit up.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was so lit.
You know, I love how the local news station, because local news stations they're owned by the left, of course. So it's like I love how they post and they try to make it. They get the shot close up so it looks like there's a ton of people. It's like no, there was like.
Yeah, there was nobody there.
Very few.
And yes, Jared, are you pulling up some of the comments?
Pull up some of them.
Yeah, it's so good. The comments are great.
Yeah, it takes me a minute.
You got to have the clean ones.
Yeah.
You know, because
Yeah.
there's always those.
Here, I'll let me pull it up, and then I'll yeah, this was a good one. If y'all were in Minnesota, you'd be getting paid.
Yes, yes.
That's right.
The oh boy, I'm doing a terrible job bringing these up. Well, people can get the idea. Good gracious. Here we go.
Yeah, like this isn't the right place to do. It's almost like you got to know your audience.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to get a lot of honks on that one.
No, a lot of honks to go home.
Yeah, you may get stuff thrown at you.
You very well may get stuff thrown at you.
Yes.
Yeah, these are all great.
Yeah, there's a ton of them.
They picked a place near Starbucks.
Because this was out in the rain, so they were standing out in the rain. They picked a perfect day to take a shower. I hope they brought soap. I mean, it was chock full of them. My wife told me about it. I guess another post from a few days ago had been put up, and she said, "Oh, you've got to see this. You'd love the comment section." And she was not wrong. She was.
Well, I mean, it's like I said, you got to know if you're here protesting that kind of stuff, you're gonna get flack for it. You know, I've got a good friend here that is just anti-Trump.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you got to be careful. You got to be careful because you're gonna have people that are gonna boycott your business, or they're gonna think you're nuts.
Yep.
And you can hate him. I'm whatever. That's between you and God. I don't care how you feel about politics.
Yeah.
In my mind, they're all wrong. They all have their dirt. They all have their problems, you know. So I don't believe in a politician. I believe in Jesus, as we all do, right? But you know, you got to be careful. If I'm in Minnesota and I'm in that pocket of Minnesota and I own a business where everybody hates Trump, and if I love Trump, I'm not going to say anything about it.
No,
I won't be out there protesting for Trump.
Right.
Because it's going to hurt me.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I feel about those 6 people. People drive by, look at him and know him, and they're like, I ain't going to buy a mattress from him. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, you can forget it. I ain't going to that guy's store again. I'm not hiring them to do my work.
Yep.
So, yeah. But the brightest, the shining stars of the Democratic Party, the hope, you know, Jeffrey Epstein's son.
What?
Have you heard this nonsense?
No.
No, I haven't heard this at all.
Yeah, there's a theory that this is Epstein's son.
Mamdani is?
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, I got you.
Oh my goodness.
I
No, I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, you have to look into
Now
it.
I have seen something about that. Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's a big one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, he's a typical socialist, you know, just like Spamberger. You know, Spamberger lied about it. This guy sold it. That was kind of their test bed, I think. That Spamberger was, hey, let's get somebody to run as a moderate to get into Virginia, turn it into California on the East Coast version of California, see what happens. Mamdani was, I'm going to run as a socialist, like straight up socialist, and put him in office and then see what happens. And I thought this was the perfect mashup to explain what most socialists do.
Yes.
It's true. As your next mayor, I will freeze your rent.
Paid for by Zohran for NYC.
In order to get to this point of closing the gap on both this fiscal year and the next fiscal year, we are forced to raid the rainy day fund, the retiree health benefits trust reserve, and to increase property taxes across these other.
Bingo.
Wow. And it doesn't take him any time at all.
No.
It's
because
wildly fast.
this always happens. They can say, and both sides do it, they can say whatever they want to get your vote. And then they can do whatever they want to once you vote them in.
And the, you know, seeing the financial shortfalls, they're talking about raising property taxes to almost 10%. And his promise was, we're going to bring down rent, you know, that we're going to have the free grocery stores. By the way, the first free grocery store closed.
It opened. Yeah, it opened. They had a line around the block, and it's done.
Well, and a lot of people were saying these people stood in line for hours to get a roll of toilet paper, a couple bars
at
of
the grocery
soap.
store.
Yeah.
How did
your time is obviously worth nothing.
I didn't see how that went exactly. Like I saw the setup of it and people standing outside, but I didn't see. Like, does anybody have like a review or like a?
Well, first of all, it was you're going to stand outside in the winter for 4 hours, 5 hours.
It's been freezing there. Yeah.
And they hand out a shopping bag, and you can fill that bag.
Okay.
But that you
just fill the bag.
You get your bag. So like if I'm going to go in and get like a gallon of milk, my bag is half full, right? So I'd be in there getting like, I don't know, like Altoids or something you could really stack up.
You don't pay anything, right? Is that how that?
Yeah, it's free.
Okay.
Yeah. So a woman came out, they interviewed, some woman came out and she's like, look, and she had a little bag of like Tide Pods, like these are expensive and I got these for free. And it's like, yeah, no, you actually didn't.
No, you didn't.
Because you could have worked the 6 hours you were in line and bought at the grocery store like 6 of those.
Yep.
But instead you stood there. So you get your,
And how often can this happen?
Well, never again because it's closed. They're not.
It's closed?
It's not working.
Oh, so apparently it wasn't a Mamdani grocery store that closed. It was a pop-up Poly Market that gave out free stuff. So it says the Poly Market pop-up market that gave out free stuff has shut down after a week. It was a pop-up store and it sent a message. This will be what happens to real grocery stores once Mamdani's policies kick in. So they were actually, it looked like a troll.
Oh, so it was in people in opposition.
Yes.
To him. And kind of like here's what y'all are going to get kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
So wait, so the news.
That's interesting.
The mainstream media picked up on it like this is a success for him.
Absolutely.
And spun it that way. But this was actually a troll to show what a failure this is.
Apparently.
That's interesting because Fox pushed it. Yeah, Fox came out like.
Maybe this is just a post out. Maybe this
CNN, all of them had a story on it.
Flipping brilliant.
But that would be brilliant because it's like,
that would be great.
Like I just said, 6 hours. And if I was in that line, I'd be like, you know what? I could go to work and buy it. I could get a job.
Very few things I will wait in line 6 hours for.
Oh, man.
Very few.
Well, you're let's see.
Coffee.
It's just for
coffee. A good cup of coffee. I'd wait that line for a good cowboy hat.
Yes.
Let's see. How many people line up for the third? Let me. Oh yeah, here we go. So this is from New York. This is from the New York Post.
Okay.
It says NYC. Let me pull up the headline so all the viewers can see. By the way, if you're on here right now, feel free, if you haven't done so, to hit the subscribe button on whichever platform you happen to be watching on, if you haven't done it yet.
Yes.
Definitely helps the channel out. And like.
Yeah, and maybe if you get a wild hair, say a few words in the comment section.
We don't bite. Okay,
No.
Here we go. So this is from New York Post. All that just to get up one headline. But it's not what Mamdani had in mind. So New Yorkers are embracing a free market. Hundreds of people lined up Thursday for a chance to shop at the city's first free grocery store launched by Poly Market, as it and other prediction betting platforms face increased scrutiny from state legislators. The West Village shop, an apparent nod to Mayor Zohran Mamdani's government-run grocery store pitch, drew more than 400 New Yorkers who lined up hours ahead of the 2 p.m. opening, eager to fill blue tote bags with no-cost produce, perishables, and toiletries. Times are hard, things are expensive, so this helps, said Forest Hill resident Tori Hall, who was second in line outside the pop-up store. It goes a long way. The stunt followed a similar move from rival prediction market Kalshi, which hosted a $50 grocery giveaway for East Village shoppers earlier this month. Mamdani cheekily responded to Poly Market's free store, announcing this month on X, posting a photo of a sardonic headline reading, "Heartbreaking, the worst person you know just made a great point." The popular betting app, which allowed users to gamble worldwide, blah, 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 just this week. Died on that. Prediction market is also drawn. Basically, this is, let's see. Was getting to the point where they shut it down. If it is a publicity stunt, then I got some free food coming out of here. This is exactly what a food bank does, said Hall, a 58-year-old paralegal and mother who arrived at 6 a.m. to be among the first in line.
Sorry, she's a paralegal?
She's a paralegal. But this is coming back to the anyway, it was a stunt by them. They shut down the grocery store, so the people is basically saying, well, there is no such thing as free food.
So it was
a stunt by Polymark.
Against Mamdani.
Correct.
Gosh, that's brilliant, dude.
Correct.
It is so smart.
Jeez.
So the kind of the takeaway from it is that with his promise, this is kind of a lengthier pitch that he had, where he is saying, all right, all the things that you elected me to do, it's going to come at a price.
Yes.
And this is, the other one was funny, but this is him talking a little more specifically. Here we
budget
go.
after budget. It is tempting to assume that we are engaging in the same dance as our predecessors. Let me assure you, nothing about this is typical. That's why our solutions won't be either. There are two paths to bridge this gap. The first is the most sustainable and the fairest path. This is the path of ending the drain on our city and raising taxes on the richest New Yorkers and the most profitable corporations. The onus for resolving this crisis should not be placed on the backs of working and middle-class New Yorkers. If we do not fix this structural imbalance and do not heed the calls of New Yorkers to raise taxes on the wealthy, this crisis will not disappear. It will simply return, year after year, forcing harder and harsher choices each time.
There's only 15
And if we do not go down the first path, the city will be forced down a second, more harmful path. Faced with no other choice, the city would have to exercise the only revenue lever fully within our own control. We would have to raise property taxes.
Well, I mean, I hate to say this, but people that are wealthy and they're all leaving.
See, that's the thing. If you tax the wealthiest to death, which they already pay a lot, okay? Like they'll tell you that they don't. They already do. Yeah. But
40%, I think they pay 40% of the tax.
If they leave, you will no longer have any rich people that you claim you're going to get all the money from. So then what are you going to do exactly?
They're going to take the industry. They're going to take, most of the good paying jobs. It's kind of like our area. You look at the small, kind of small town America. All we've got are retail jobs. So it's just like a self-licking ice cream cone that you've got retail work, very little industry, and retail jobs. So what you're working at a store, it's like working at the company store almost, because you're earning the money and then turning around and spending.
It's just like, how are we going to make it? Okay, tax the rich more. Cool. Well, what happens when they leave?
Socialism is it's a wonderful idea until you run out of other people's money.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's their MO. And to
that's
get
crazy,
it,
dude.
Why do people keep voting for it? Because I don't get it. And they keep going further and further to the left. I listened to Josh Howerton talk about.
I love Josh Howerton.
It was great, and he was talking about the dangers of socialism and how unbiblical socialism is. That the call is for us to be charitable to other people, the church, and for individuals to be charitable to other people, for the communities, Christian communities, to take care of their neighbors and that whole message. In no place does it say to steal from someone in order to redistribute to other people.
Correct.
Because it requires multiple unbiblical principles in order to accomplish that. You have to steal, which is wrong. You have to give to those who will not work, which is lazy people. If you don't work, you don't eat.
It's deceit too.
Right, and it's deceit. It's saying, it's masking, and it's in putting people in debt.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody in this room, because we are taxpayers, currently owe $355,000 to the federal government. That's our tax burden. Y'all make $355,000 a year? I know I sure as heck don't.
Wish I did.
So
no.
This is we're enslaving people to debt that they did not incur. We're stealing from them and giving to people who will not work. None of that passes the sniff test. And if we were diligent about it, we got rid of the $1 trillion, $1.5 trillion. We stopped wasting money fraudulently in the government. There would it would be far less of a burden to take care of the people who actually need help. So because of our opulence and just rampant spending, we're actually doing a disservice to the people who actually need help.
Yeah.
Well, I think, it also comes down to the wealthy will give.
Yeah.
Charity.
Yeah, absolutely.
Charity is charity. And so you sit back and go, I wonder what people would do if, here's a good example, tithing and giving. Okay. there are churches that teach tithing.
Mm-hmm.
Got to tithe. You got to give 10%. Is that before gross or after gross? You know.
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Never taught tithing because it is an Old Testament concept, but you teach giving.
Mm-hmm.
And giving is out of the generosity and abundance of your heart, believing that God blesses you, so you're going to bless others, right? Giving is generally, in my mind, above and beyond tithing. 10% is like, you know, if you're serving a 10% God, then maybe you need to evaluate your walk with him, because he's 100% God to me. Like everything I've got is from him. My boys are from him. My work, everything is from him. So for me to be like, yeah, I'm going to support this. That, you know, this is pushing the gospel. It's great. You know, 10%, that'd be a bare minimum.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in my mind, you know, and it's not supposed to be begrudgingly, which this is where we're at, right? Like, we're going to go ahead and put our thumbs down on the rich,
mm-hmm.
and they're going to give whether they like it or not, because all these people need help, and it's unfair and blah, blah, blah. Where if you just kind of went like, you know what? They're employing people. They're
that's another big thing.
So
Man.
you're going to have these companies pull out, and we're going to tax the rich in these companies. Well, they're going to leave, and then these people have no work, and you're going to need a free grocery store.
Yeah.
You're going to need to figure it out. So, and a lot of them will stay because New York is New York, and people that are dyed in the wool New York, they never want to leave New York, even though the rest of the world is better than New York in my mind, because I've lived there. I won't go back. I didn't like it. I don't like it.
But there was a time where it was, and I only see this in, like, it seems like black and white, like movies and photos and stuff. There was a time where it was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was great. It was great when Giuliani was.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I forgot he was there.
It got back to, it was fantastic. But even at its high point, when I was living out there, it was kind of like, it's dirty.
Yeah, that's
it's overcast all the time. It's like
when the snow is melted, there's like feces
everywhere
on
now. Yep.
And I'm like, there was a video I saw. I'm like,
I was looking for it. I was.
What in the world?
Well, and all the garbage.
Yes.
I saw those. There were lots of videos of a couple weeks that came out of, like, they couldn't get the garbage picked up. There's just stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. And they've got people, you voted for it.
Absolutely.
You get what you get.
Yep. Yeah, man.
There it is. Yeah. Look at that.
That is insane.
Yep. That's after the snow melt.
Dude, it's.
It's like you can't even walk down that street.
No.
And here's the other thing. Like, even was it last week? Another Silicon Valley giant. I don't remember who it was. They're pulling out of California, going to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And Newsom's just angry about all this, but it's like, no, you did this.
Absolutely.
Your policies, what you guys have voted for, you've done this because you're tightening the screws to a point where they're like, I'm not living here.
Yeah.
I'm not living here.
Well, we've outsourced our charity to a government. Why would somebody say, I need to give more of what I have? I give 25% of it, 30% of it, 50% of it if I'm in California. Why would I give more to the poor people? We've outsourced that responsibility to the government. And just because they're doing a bad job of it, why in the world am I giving more to help more people? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's supposed to be down to the lowest level where you have a joyful part of giving.
Especially with Doge doing their, like, you're starting to realize, like, a lot of this is fraudulent spent. It's terrible. It's not spent well. It's not for them. It's not helping anything. It's all bankrolling people. It's all, it's like, this is insanity. Yep. Why am I going to support this?
It's amazing to me how much money the Tim Walz Minneapolis thing, like how much was given to Somalis. Is that right?
Oh yeah.
Just.
But you know what? Thanks to the story that ruled the airwaves last week, we forgot
absolutely forgot about that. We
forgot about that. We also have forgotten that evil men and women have been running society, like Satanists have been running society for decades. We've also completely forgotten about that, and all the atrocities and the videos that have made people, you don't want to see this. You'll never unsee it if you see it, where they're taking faces off of people and wearing them around the room. And like, this is satanic. It's disgusting. And we're not talking about that. Why are more people not talking about this?
It does blow my mind. I mean, this is stuff you like see in horror movies, you know. I mean, it's
what exactly are you guys referencing?
Oh, Epstein.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know, here's the other half. The name dump, okay, has, I think, made it very, very hard for people to fathom, because, you know, Trump's in it a million times or whatever it is. Well, yeah.
Let's look at the context. Like, what?
Right.
You know,
you can't just pull the name.
Yeah.
Because everybody's in it.
Oh, yeah.
What did they do? Like, what's the context, and what, and the code word? What does that code word mean? And what is that? You know, I mean, there's so much to it. And then, of course, he's alive in Israel, right? You saw that last week.
Oh, yeah.
Where
it's not actually Ghislaine Maxwell that's in prison. You saw that.
Right,
yes, I heard
right.
that,
And it
yeah.
wasn't Joe Biden. The mask was failing.
Yeah, I mean, there were I mean, in the
tons and tons.
and this
of
came out,
stuff.
and I was like, I'm surprised they kind of let this one out. Now, I don't know where I stand on this. I really don't. Back during COVID and stuff, a lot of this was coming out, and I'm like, I was kind of like on board with it, and now I'm just like, I don't know, dude. So they came out with part of the Epstein files say that Biden was, I don't want to say a word I shouldn't.
Unalive.
There we go. Yeah, in 2019, and that there's a double or whatever that's been played him since.
It's been Weekend at Bernie's for.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like sometimes that's way too far out there. Would I put it past him? No. I mean, nothing really surprises me anymore. But that's almost, I don't know. But it's interesting that it was brought up in 2019 and 20 and 21, and then it faded, and then now it is said in the Epstein files, and it's like, really? Like,
oh yeah, like it's been a conspiracy, and everybody kind of was laughing it off, and now it's like, wait a minute, Epstein's like, the mask is failing, and it's like, what? Wait a minute.
Honestly, I have become less and less of a conspiracy theorist over the past, ever since Charlie Kirk's assassination. I have become less of a conspiracy theorist than I used to be.
Yeah.
You know, when you hear it from, it's maybe I shouldn't say that, or maybe I shouldn't be doing that. But ever since I heard all the like wildness from Candace Owens,
yeah,
I'm like, you know, I used to enjoy a good conspiracy theory. I really did.
It's so
and I'm like,
far gone.
Now I hear
some
one,
of
and
these
I'm
though,
like,
like
I don't know.
Well, there's now. I feel like there are levels of conspiracy theorists now. Like, all that used to just be lumped into one, and now it's like the people that have been right about conspiracies, and then the ones that it's like, okay, you're like, we're saying, okay, you're crazy, dude. Like, there's so I don't.
Yeah, there seems to be levels, right?
Yes.
And here's what's funny though. I think the deception it's been so, you know, in the entire, like, beware, do not be deceived.
I know.
And it's been so incredibly wide and deep for so long that it's almost like nobody knows what to believe anymore.
You know what? And that all, so that, I just had this thought, but that isn't that even more the reason that all points back to there is nothing except there's only one thing that you can be for sure.
That's right.
That's it.
Yeah.
So here you're trying to figure out all this other stuff that
you've got people like, you know, posts of the Obamas on Epstein Island with the thing, you know, the temple behind them, right? And it's like,
yes, yeah.
And so it's like, is that real? No, that was in Hawaii, right? And then you ask Grok a question, like, you know, was Bill Clinton on the island? And it's like, you know, thinking, and it goes to, I love it now. And you know, you use it, you guys use it. Like, I love that it gives you the searching the articles and starts giving you the count, you know, like, no, he wasn't ever on the island, despite, you know, 47 times
Yes.
he was on the plane with Epstein.
Yes. They never made it to
They
the
never,
island. Yeah.
there's no flight log that says that he went to the island. Well, okay. I don't know. And I don't care.
See, that's the thing.
At this point, I don't care.
There are
I don't
so
care
many-
that Bill Gates was there. I don't care how evil and I hate to say it that way because so many of these people
But we care about what happened there. That's,
right.
That's what we care about.
Right. I don't care who it was.
Right.
I care what is being done there.
Yes.
And I care about the kids that have been there. And I care about the fact that, we're going to, like I texted today, where the whole nation is on, because there's a ransom note involved.
Oh, with the
kidnapping.
Yeah.
Right. The whole nation's like, well, what is happening? What's happening here? You've got hundreds of thousands of kids that didn't have a ransom note.
And also, something that hasn't been reported, the Trump administration has found hundreds of thousands of kids this past week.
Yeah, right.
That were, it's 140 something of them were like 140 something thousand of them were migrant children. Part of the 300,000 that were just completely unaccounted for with Biden.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so it's like, but you haven't seen that though.
No,
That's
you
not
won't.
been on the news.
You won't see that unless you watch Levitt's, pressers. You're not going to see that. And it's just almost like it is so overwhelming, the amount of stuff that's coming out in the past 3 weeks where you just sit back and go, I can't digest all this.
Nope. No,
I can't
literally
fathom
it's
this.
impossible.
I can't fathom the atrocities. I can't fathom what had happened to these people. And you've got, I've seen a few little testimonies of the kids and things that they're questioning them. And it's like, we sacrificed kids, you're just like,
Well, like a lot of Hollywood stars and stuff that, there's clips of, obviously not interviews they did like with big media, but like there's clips that'll get leaked out from years ago that describe what, not they did, but what they know for sure because they've been in that business, what happened. And it's like,
yeah. And what do you do with it? Well, first of all, you pray.
yeah.
I saw when the first round of files came out, I saw Christian after Christian going, don't read them. Don't go into it. Just pray. Don't worry about it. Evil is being exposed and our job is to keep our nose out of it. You think about this and it'll be like it was in the days of Noah.
Mm-hmm. Vengeance isn't ours.
Right. Let God do what God's going to do. These people are going to get their own. But be as wise as a serpent and as harmless as a dove. The fact that they had every child's picture in America, thanks to our school pictures.
A lot of schools are pulling back from those.
As they should be.
Yeah.
And wasn't the CEO of that company resigned, and the guy that came in second and took it over is just as bad.
Yeah.
And so you're like, this rabbit trail, this whole thing is like, man, this is deep. That they had your child's information, where they lived, like they know everything about your kid. And with today's technology, you made everybody's putting up those cartoon memes, right? And they're cartoon selfies and stuff. Well, you're just giving them your picture. You're just giving them, all this stuff is meant to capture your image and meant to track you. And we fall for it because we're like sheep, right? And we all do it. We all do it.
Yep.
But they know where we're at. They know our kids. They know it's like you can't hide from them. And
Tristan says that Guthrie kidnapping is a distraction.
That's
Agreed.
That's exactly what I think. Yes.
She said, I haven't researched or read any of the files. I'll get preoccupied with it, and half of it is probably I probably don't want to know.
Now, here's my question on that. I do believe it's a distraction, absolutely. But what do we actually believe happened? There's so many different stories. Like, do you think the family's in on it? Do you think that it was a true kidnapping? I don't. Do you think that it was a burglary gone wrong and then they've freaked out and said, okay, well, shoot, we'll just take her. And then they went to Mexico. I've heard that one. I mean, what are we... It is a distraction, but really, truly, what happened to this woman? It's like...
I think she's underwater somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think she's alive. I don't.
No.
It's been 20-something days, so
she's scuba diving.
So
I mean, what do you think happened to her?
Truthfully, I haven't followed.
That's true. You said you haven't followed a whole lot. Okay.
Yeah, I really haven't paid attention
because he recognizes it as a distraction. I think that's what it is, where you're like, yeah, this is a nothing burger. It's a person. You've got millions of people being trafficked. You've got millions of pages of disgust that they just released. And this is what we're going to focus on as a media. Like,
well, it's because of who it is.
Yes.
You know, a famous person is more important and more,
of course, more value than anybody else.
More attention. There's people that go missing all the time.
Yep. You can go down the rabbit hole with
not saying that. And again, I don't want to sound like I'm dismissing it.
Right, that's the thing.
Just as an outsider who knows literally nothing other than Savannah Guthrie said that is it her mother or grandmother?
Mother.
That her mother is missing.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's very sad. And I hope that the authorities help her find that person.
Yeah.
And then I move on to something else.
Yeah. Yeah.
But man, the media is like,
you can go down a rabbit hole with her husband and who he was during the Clinton administration and what he did, and like you can go down that whole thing. I don't know. There's times where it stops being, oh, well, that's a coincidence.
I'm playing devil's advocate tonight.
It's good.
I'm getting ready to leave.
Yeah.
Ben's gonna sharpen his elbow.
Warm up the car. But
are we playing 6 Degrees from Kevin Bacon? It's from Kevin Bacon.
Jared is not getting a hat. Okay.
I mean, but
I'm not bringing the hat next.
But Jared, serious, it is.
I'm being a contrarian for contrarian's sake tonight.
It is a nothing burger, though. It is. It's like when that thing came out right after the Epstein stuff was coming out, and it's kind of like, wait, what are we on now?
Mm-hmm.
Why are we on this? And I get it. I guess she's a celebrity, like a B-lister,
She's celebrity in media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to say it that way, but who cares? Look at what's transpiring on the global stage right now. And this is the best our media can come up with. We're like almost going to war with Iran. Nobody's talking about that, right? Nobody's talking about Epstein stuff. Nobody's talking about the 150,000 kids that were rescued this week. Nobody's talking about why? Because number one, it celebrates an administration they hate.
Oh, absolutely.
Can't say it. Can't say it. Won't say it.
Yep.
We're gonna focus on, ICE. We're gonna which is pretty much gone, right? No, it's not in the news as much.
Since Tom Homan, I mean,
since they left Minnesota, so to speak, made some kind of under the, they got a deal going, they've got something. It's like this is the best we can come up with.
There's too much. Going back to your point, there's too much. There's too much stuff in the headlines. Good stuff doesn't sell. Okay, we all know that.
We all know that. Yeah.
I mean, and it's almost like God saying, I mean, there's so many distractions. It's like, no, just keep your eyes on me.
And so, what do we do with that? I think that's a good message, because it's one of those, like, this is, I think, as a believer or a Christ follower in this season, it's very easy for us to be overwhelmed with the evil that we see.
Yep.
It's very easy for us to
because it's so in our face now.
Man.
I mean, my gosh.
You read, if you dive into just even a little bit of some of the sadistic, sick things that these men and women, and there were a lot of women involved in that. Mm-hmm. So for all you ladies out there that think that men are pigs, I like to quote from the movie Willow, you're all a bunch of pigs, because that's what, you're all we're all pigs, women and men. It's disgusting. And what happened on that island and what happened off that island in many other places, that whole network, right, is satanic.
Mm-hmm.
But that's who rules the earth until the king comes.
Yep.
And so, I get it. Do I want to know what he's doing? No, I already know he loses.
Yep.
He knows he loses, but he's going to make it as tough as he can, take as many people with him. And why? Because we're made in the image of God, who he hates. And he wasn't made in the image of God. He's jealous. He's angry. We took his place. And so he's going to do everything he can to corrupt humanity. And this, I believe this is God's way of saying to America, repent, turn back, turn back. There isn't a prophet out there that's out, we don't operate like that anymore. But I imagine if Isaiah was alive today, he would be saying, repent, turn back, because what is going on and what has gone on by these men and women in power and prominence, multi-billionaires that, I'm sorry, the only consequence for Bill Gates is that he had to resign.
Yeah, it's no wonder that network just kept chugging along for so many years is because of the such wealthy people that were involved in the whole thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, his own wife is saying he needs to be held to account.
Dude, yeah, man. Yep.
So, I mean, when you have... When that kind of stuff starts taking place, nobody in the media is reporting it. Nobody seems to be listening. But I'm sorry, he needs to be held to account. They all need to be held to account. Will it happen? Maybe eventually. I don't know. But
and that's kind of the point that, when it comes to the Epstein stuff, Pam Bondi's made the point. I don't trust Pam Bondi as far as I could throw her.
Oh, her name's on the list.
What's that?
Her name's in the file.
It is.
It is.
So, so is Elvis.
Yep.
Elvis is in there.
Yeah, they're all in there. Yeah.
So, I'm trying to hold out hope that just because this list it's been dripped out, but it's been dripped drip releasing content online. They're dripping it because there are a lot of redactions talking about 4 million documents. And that there's still active investigations going on.
Yep.
Are those investigations, the cases that need to be built, if they've had this list for this long, how much was the DOJ sitting on it under Biden? How much were they sitting on it when the deep state was still running things under Trump? Because really our only opportunity for transparency has been from Trump's his first term and now his second term. If you look at what he was dealing with in his first term, he was dealing with the deep state agents that were trying to undermine him for the entirety of his first term.
Yeah, I think he's got a lot better people around him now than he obviously did the first time.
Right. So it's really like zero progress for 8 years. And now all of a sudden for this past year, he's had the opportunity and we've gotten 4 million when in the previous 8 years we got 0 documents.
Correct.
There's still about 4 million more documents, most of which they say is, child content that they're just not going to release to the public, nor should they.
Right, exactly.
So, is anything going to come of it? It's however many credible investigations they have. But the other piece of this is it's possible that for some of the people, the villains that we really want, we have the circumstantial evidence that they were there, but not enough to convict them,
Correct.
Even though that's what people are howling for. And I don't think that, because people still say Trump has given us nothing. And it's like, he's given us 4 million documents that we can go through.
Yeah.
And when there was a mistake on one where they released the names of the
3 men that,
there was that one, but there were the names of victims.
Yes.
On one of the documents, they said, "You're bumbling this. You did this on purpose." Thomas Massey goes on a toddler's tirade in Congress, pointing at Pam Bondi for it. Again, not a fan of Pam Bondi, but he says, "You did this on purpose, and I can't believe you would do this." Well, you and all your buddies wanted us to release it with no redactions.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so and that's not right.
It was fixed. Somebody said something. They fixed it. And I hate playing apologist for them, but I am, because it's right to do so. And then Les Wexner was on one document. He had 4,600 mentions in the Epstein files. One redaction, and they said, "You're covering him up." And it's like, it was a document. Somebody said something, and we unredacted it. Well, you only did that because I caught you red-handed. Well, if you'd caught us red-handed, all we had to do was obfuscate, say that it's not what you thought it was, lied, left it covered up, And within less than an hour, his name was off. Well, it was unredacted.
Yeah, Massey's acting like I'm saving this country. It's like, okay, dude.
It's like, bro,
let's cut the theatrics a little bit here on this.
The Trump derangement syndrome is so maddening to me.
It really is.
He's one of the ones that, look, I think he's
Rand Paul a little bit too.
Rand Paul too.
I mean,
the libertarians are they're kind of like I'm being tonight.
Yeah, just argumentative.
Just being argumentative.
I mean,
for
my
the sake
goodness,
of being
it's
argumentative. I'm not intentionally doing that.
I mean, listen, if I wanted my wife to do this podcast, I would have brought her here, but good Lord. So, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
What I'm saying, it
is a syndrome. I mean, it is. It's like it. At this
I think
point,
you could literally certify it as a yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
because no matter what happens, I mean, he's, somebody I love posted, I was going to tell you who, but posted something the other day about, Trump's in that file 10 million times or whatever it is. And it's like, finally, I didn't comment. I never comment. I just scroll. But somebody had commented like, it's funny. You can say that, but the way it sounds is that he did something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He did. He's in the file. And he's like, no, he's in the file because he's in the file.
Yeah.
Because Epstein hated him.
Anytime they talk about people, it's your name is listed. So, I saw a thing the other day. Whoopi Goldberg had to get on and say, I'm in the file because I was, it's like you shouldn't have to get on and say that. Whoopi, you shouldn't have to excuse yourself because your name, there are many, many people that they talked about in these files. And if they're emailing, somebody's emailing Epstein and they're talking about Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan's in the file.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're talking about him.
Right.
He didn't do anything. They're just talking about him. Yep. So it's really an unfair way to do it that you can, because it's true. You can say that. It's not slander. It's not whatever, but it's like, how wrong is that? And this is everywhere.
The thing that ticks me off most about this is, besides the fact of the atrocities, the thing that ticks me off the most is, and they can sit here and deny it all they want to, the left did not care about this until, and this is interesting, I wonder if they did this on purpose. They did not care about this until Elon Musk, when he had his little riff with Trump, they didn't care until he said he's in the files.
No. Yeah. I mean,
maybe.
I think that was kind of the trigger.
Yeah.
But I also know that if they had stuff on Trump, they would have used it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you think they would have withheld that?
And Elon's in the files.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
but but the left didn't care about this at all until they thought that Trump may be implemented in it.
Yeah.
They didn't care. Yeah. And now they're so like.
Meanwhile, here's what I don't understand. It's definitely hurting their cause more than it's hurting Trump.
See, that's why I'm saying this backfired on them.
Yeah, because it's like everybody you're reading about.
That's right.
Everybody that's done some serious things they're all lefties. They're all,
Yeah.
I mean, and here's another thing we didn't even talk about. We've got another trans shooting that happened, right?
Oh, yeah, at the ice rink.
Yes.
Dude. Did you see that?
I mean, it's like, what, when are we going to start to diagnose some
and like
things
they Fox pulled up the picture of it, and you hate to be like this, but that's like, it's what it is. I was like, oh, of course it was. Of course.
Yeah. At this point,
this grown man is in a
pink
tank top and shorts. Like, yeah, of course this is the person that did it.
Yeah.
Because it's a mental illness. I mean, golly, I mean.
And it always, you said it, when we were talking about what the topic was going to be for tonight, and you said calling good evil and evil good. And it's evil on our part when we enable people who are in actually desperate need of help, which they are. And the solution we have is the SSRIs, and pump them full of hormones and things that are rewiring their brain chemistry, and send them on these, and then plop them in front of social media where they continue to become radicalized. And then you have a whole political party who says, let's take this group of people, which is very loud, very disturbed, militant, and just, with their brain chemistry all frickazied, let's take them and make our platform around those people.
Yes.
Yeah, and the media, the media too is like,
the media does it too,
and the media is doing it. So you sit back and go, if my kids watch the news, they're going to look at the human sculpture of Renee Good the car, beautiful. Beautiful dance, beautiful, like, wow, it was actually like, that's pretty cool. Until it's like, wait, why isn't the car moving to hit the officer? They showed, I don't know. Do you have that clip?
Did you send it? Or did
I might have, or Ben did, or somebody.
Oh,
but,
yeah, I've got that one.
But like, it's really cool art. And I was kind of waiting for her to put her foot on the gas to make it more realistic, right? Like, but no, it depicts it as just the evil ICE officer. He's so evil.
This one's pretty sad. This is
the commentary is
ridiculous.
It's really funny.
Yes.
Hello, resistance. This one's pretty sad. This is a bunch of theater students paying tribute to Renee Good, and what they're doing is they're using their bodies to make the car that she was using to observe ICE after dropping off her kids. And then the ISIS came out and was going to try to murder her. They wanted to, and she's just, no, let me go back, and boom, boom, boom. And they executed her right there in broad daylight, and then she flew up to heaven to be with Jesus Christ, the brown Jesus. And then the car's going away, and the people are flipping around, and then here comes Alex Pretty, and he's saving the woman from the Nazis. And this is exactly how it went down. They were fighting around, they did a little twirl like West Side Story, and then he's like, oh, I don't want to dance with you, but he goes, you're gonna dance with us, and boom, they shot him, boom, 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 and he's dead on the ground. And they're like figure skaters saying, see what we did? We just destroyed democracy. But then the people of Minnesota all got together like the Munchkins and did a little happy dance to show America that Minnesota's not racist. The Nazi are the racist ones, and we're going to stop them with love and joy. And then they come back from heaven, I guess, and they're looking at each other and they're like, hey, you want to go get some Pizza Hut? And they're like, okay, we'll go get some Pizza Hut.
Someday.
And resist.
Someday, every one of those dancers is going to reach adulthood and grow up and realize, wow.
A woman who tried to hit her car and a guy who was attacking ICE agents.
When they start paying taxes and when they start, they're going to be like, you know what? We kind of want law and order. We kind of think that's important. That's kind of what we pay for.
Yeah.
And I mean, I just calling evil good and good evil.
Yes, absolutely.
And here's the thing, we've got Christ followers who are, calling evil good and good evil.
Oh yeah.
I mean, full on, like what happened there is Trump needs to, and again, it's Trump's fault because he apparently put on a vest that morning that said ICE, and he just happened to be in Minnesota, and he shot the woman who tried to hit him with the car.
Yeah.
These guys get up in the morning with broken marriages. You know what I'm saying? These are normal guys, constipated, broken marriage, whatever it is, heartburn from the pizza the night before. They've had a rough night. They're sleeping in hotels. They're away from their families. Then they get up and they go and have to deal with this.
Yeah.
And
so many people they listen to mainstream media. When you listen to mainstream media, you're obviously getting a skewed narrative. And to go into some specifics, they say Trump is doing things that are questionably legal. Well, no, ICE is doing things in accordance with the law. He's doing things perfectly legal. Second off, they say that, they're in the streets and they are I listened to somebody who said, they drug a pregnant woman through the snow. It's like, okay, you go and look at the case. The woman is the one who claimed that she was pregnant. There is no evidence that she was pregnant. She never came forward to say, yes, I was definitely pregnant. She just vanished. The only way she was pregnant is because she was getting detained by ICE, and she was saying,
screaming,
I'm pregnant.
I'm pregnant.
And why was she being detained by ICE? Because she was throwing chunks of ice. She was with a violent group of protesters, throwing chunks of ice at ICE officers. And then people will draw this conclusion to say, this is not just about the immigrants. This is about racism and about cops being racist. So you go to the crime stats. You go to the Manhattan study, 2020. It was post-George Floyd, where the Manhattan study said, oh, this is interesting. How many unarmed black men were killed in previous years? Well, the previous year was 14. The average American citizen thinks it is hundreds or thousands that are killed every year. It was 14. And it was 14 out of, do you know how many police interactions across the country? 49 million. So a 0.00002% chance of an unarmed black man being shot. Same thing with just your random Joe Schmo immigrant who is being detained by ICE because they are here illegally. It's happened 4 times as many times. 4 times as many people have been deported from Texas than Minneapolis, and there have been 0 violent incidents. There have been 2 violent incidents in Minneapolis because a woman tried to run people over with a car, and another guy was kicking vehicles. He was assaulting officers.
Both of them were being paid to do so.
And both of them were being paid.
Absolutely.
So
and that's where you sit back and go, okay. I mean, you've seen the videos where, like, if you're just going to protest and hold a sign, you get paid this much. If you're going to be an agitator, you get paid this much. And so the more aggressive you become, the more money you make. Why these companies, shell games, still exist, and we haven't shut this all down, is beyond me. But Soros and these guys that are funding this stuff need to be held accountable.
They do, but what constantly, because I listen to this stuff all the time, and I'm hopeful about the course of this country. We talk the doom and gloom, but I actually am fairly hopeful for the future of this country, because you see some people waking up to a bit of the nonsense. Not everybody. Not enough yet.
There seems to be some that are yes.
But I get so frustrated when I see people, intelligent people, or who you assume are intelligent people, should be intelligent. They're educated. We got a lot of educated idiots in the country.
Right.
But these people who are should be knowledgeable people, capable of doing their own research, and they still buy into it because they're thinking with emotion rather than common sense. And a lot of them are Christian people, and they're all over the internet. That this bleeding heart thing for people who broke laws. Well, you broke a law, and because they say, oh, it's just a misdemeanor, it's not really a crime, or it's a whatever. A misdemeanor is a crime.
Yes, it is.
And it's a felony if you do it twice. You came into this country. They're allowing them to leave. They say no due process. No, this is the process is an executive action to remove you for a misdemeanor. There is no requirement for a judge, for a jury, for any of those things.
Correct.
When it becomes a felony, then it does, but you're going to get locked up for it.
Correct.
Yeah.
So the process, due process is the required process to enact whatever is legal. This is due process. And I'm tired of the skewing of the language. And I'm tired of seeing people just buy into it hook, line, and sinker. Not because they care about facts, not because they actually care about the immigrants. And this is in my opinion. It's just because they don't like Donald Trump.
Absolutely.
I'm willing to believe lies and nonsense.
Because Obama did the exact same thing.
Is Donald Trump bad?
Actually, more.
Yes, he did much more.
I mean, he's had Obama detained and deported many, many more.
Yep.
And nobody said a word about it because we liked him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because he kept his mouth shut and played the game, and everybody thought he was brilliant. I mean, he's locking them up in cages, right? We all seen the footage, and you sit back and go, I don't get it. It's not about the immigrants, and it's just about Trump. They just hate him.
That's it.
And if he gave them a gold-plated toilet seat, they wouldn't go there. They wouldn't use it.
Yep.
Oh, this is the real problem. If you want to know the real problem in America, these are the ones. Can we play this one?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like this kind of segues
Absolutely.
into what we're talking about here.
We haven't gotten to the more perfect union, and we fought a civil war over part of it. And people have been protesting, for hundreds of years that, things were not as they should be, given our ideals and how we should be moving toward them. So I think that's what makes us so special as a country. And the idea that you could turn the clock back and try to recreate a world that never was, dominated by, let's say it, white men of a certain persuasion, a certain religion, a certain point of view, a certain ideology, is just doing such damage to what we should be aiming for. And we were on the path toward that. I mean, imperfectly, lots of, bumps along the way, but I agree with you, we were on the right trajectory.
To no white heterosexual Christians. That's the problem in this country. That you ask Hillary Clinton or anybody on the left or a feminist.
Yep. Looks like she's got a baby face on.
Oh gosh.
Oh jeez.
Just gonna say it.
Did you hear Sandra Bullock on why I would know this clip? It was somewhere in my. It was because I was listening to that stuff where people were talking about, child sacrifice and all the crazy things that go on.
Look at Jared throwing out some pop culture here. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, Sandra Bullock on Ellen DeGeneres. They asked her, "How do you keep your face looking so young?"
Oh yeah.
Oh, boy.
Remember this?
Yeah.
And it was the foreskin of a baby.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they would use that to make a special cream that
Yes,
would
they
go under
would.
their eyes because of the stem cells and all that.
Yep.
It's a dark, dark world.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. But as long as we get rid of all the white heterosexual
Yeah,
Christians,
absolutely.
It'll be fine.
it'll get better. Don't
It'll be
worry.
fine. And what's happening is the white heterosexual Christians are starting to not only increase in numbers, but get more and more vocal and stuff like what I've read comes out, and don't go too deep into it, but I mean, everybody's heard by now, like some of the things that were done by these powerful men to children and to people. I mean, it makes, if you're a man at all, it should make your skin crawl.
Oh yeah.
And you want to hurt them.
Because then you think about your kids in that position.
Oh, buddy. Yeah. You better believe it.
Man.
It makes you want to hurt them.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, but let's go on, because here this is a great piggyback.
Here we go.
Yes.
Yep.
This stems off of them saying that white heterosexual Christians are
the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. From this very great theologian here.
Right.
He knows.
I would say a heretic, but let's go ahead. And I use that word. Don't use that word.
The
lightly.
religious right, a political movement. That is the perfect description for it. They convinced a lot of our fellow Christians that the most important issues were abortion and gay marriage. Two issues that aren't mentioned in the Bible, two issues that Jesus never talked about.
My gosh.
Jesus in Matthew 25 tells us exactly how you and I and every one of our fellow believers, how we're going to be judged and how we're going to be saved. By feeding the hungry, by healing the sick, by welcoming the stranger. Nothing about going to church, nothing about voting Republican. It was all about how you treat other people. Don't.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yes. I've said before, don't tell me what you believe. Show me how you treat other people, and I'll tell you what you believe. And I think in our faith, we've got to get back to those fundamentals. My granddad was a Baptist preacher in South Texas, and
I'm sorry, but that and $5 will get you a cup of Starbucks coffee.
when I was little, he told me that
was your
Christianity
Yeah.
is a simple religion. Not an easy religion, he would always clarify, but a simple religion because Jesus gave us two commandments: love God and love neighbor. And there was no exception to that second commandment. Love thy neighbor regardless of race or gender or sexual orientation or immigration status or religious affiliation.
There's so much.
And
to
it's
this.
why I have fought so hard for the separation of church and state in the state capitol in Texas, because
there's so much in that.
Where do we
man.
start
Gosh
here?
almighty. So we're saved.
Well, first of all, that's a works-based
Yeah.
approach, right? I mean, number one, he actually didn't say you're saved by faith in Christ.
Yes, that's what. Yes.
You can feed every hungry person you want, but
Yeah.
without faith in Christ, you're going to hell.
Yes.
But it assumes that we don't love
Yes.
the people that we're talking about, right? So he says, mine is based on love. Okay, correct. We love a person who's homosexual. We don't care. Like, race is obviously not an issue.
Yep.
But we speak out against
it's an issue to him.
Well, right. But we speak out against, homosexual marriage or transgenderism or abortion.
Yeah.
All these things. But those immutable characteristics we love, or not, some of them are mutable, immutable. That's where the debate comes in. Doesn't matter your lifestyle. We still love you.
Yeah.
But he's equating love with acceptance.
Yep.
Acceptance that's not what we're to do, because it is
lump-
not loving to say, just live however you want to live.
Yeah. They lump love and acceptance. You have to have both at the same time. You have to. or you're not a Christian.
Yeah. Yeah. If I don't enable you and accept you the way that you are. So here's a real simple one. You know, he's married to an alcoholic. Mm-hmm. It's who she is.
Yeah.
Not who she even identifies as. It's who she is. Yeah. She's an alcoholic. And so what do you do with that? Well, she needs to quit drinking. I'm worried about her. Yeah, but you love her. So you got to let her, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. Let her drive. It's her choice. I mean, the whole argument, it's stupid. It's incredibly stupid. And if you know the word at all, which clearly he doesn't, you know, no matter who his granddad was.
Yeah.
You know, Jesus goes to the pool of Bethesda and says to the crippled man, do you want to be made well? Because things have got to change for you, if that's the case. Right? How many times does he say, you know, to the rich young ruler, you know what? Go sell everything you've got. Right? You've got to change. Mm. You can't stay there. What's he say to the woman at the well? Right?
Go and sin no more.
Yeah, you cannot stay there. I love you. Right. But I'm going to call you up to another place because God's got my plan. He would say, my plan is better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I love you enough to say you can't stay there because what I've got for you is better. Mm-hmm. What he's saying is, you know, true Christianity is to let you stay there.
Right.
And who twists scripture more than anybody?
Well, yeah, this is Satan incarnate.
Absolutely.
Right? Like you listen to this and you go, and I wish that nobody did because it's a late show, right?
Right. Stephen Colbert's not gonna come back with anything on that.
No, I wish though somebody in the audience said that's not true.
No, right. Absolutely.
You know, where was that person? Yeah. And, you know, Colbert's in the file video.
I know exactly what video you're talking about.
Did you see it?
Yes.
No.
How does he have a show?
Now,
y'all have seen a lot more of it.
Okay, so here's the thing. That video, can I 100% say that that's him? No. Can I 92% say that that's him? Sure, looks an awful lot like him.
Yes.
And his voice sure sounds a whole lot like it.
Yeah, face paint and all.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
are you looking it up?
I am.
Oh, buddy.
But you know, to say that the Bible nor Jesus spoke about abortion and gay no, it didn't say the word abortion, but by God, it talks about murder. So there's that. And then where are you seeing that he didn't speak about this?
Well, okay, so you go through the Gospels, Jesus doesn't talk about homosexuality.
Right, but he mentions
this is where the deconstruction movement is really it takes a foothold with this. Well, Jesus didn't condemn it. Well, yeah, he didn't.
In a roundabout way, that when he says,
but he also he came not to abolish the law,
right, but
to fulfill it. Right. And so, what's in the law? That okay,
marriage, one man, one woman.
So, if you really want to parse it out, he came to fulfill it, which means it hasn't changed.
Right.
That hasn't changed.
Right.
And so I kind of sit back and go, I understand the argument. I get it. Jesus never said anything about abortion. You're right. It didn't exist the way that we think it does.
Right.
Child sacrifice did.
Yes.
And they would have the babies and just throw them in the garbage, right? Mm-hmm. And it was the church that would rescue the children from the garbage. I mean, this is one thing that put the church on the map, was that the church was loving enough to go, I'm going to go rescue that baby from the trash. Their parents threw them out, and we're going to rescue them, bring them in, and we're going to raise them up, and we're going to teach them the love of Jesus. And so, yeah, I get it. Jesus never said anything about abortion. Jesus never said anything about being gay. Okay, fine. You can say he never said that, but you better believe he believed it. He believed what we believe. He believed that it's wrong. He believed that it was sin. It's your sin nature.
Well, he speaks about homosexuality, though. Like there is, hold on.
You can do the grok on it. Where does Jesus talk about homosexuality?
So I think it's
Have you found it?
What's that?
Did you find the video?
Did you find that video?
Well, yeah, I was looking for the video.
Okay.
I can't remember what book it was in that it was. Hang on. It was so obviously there's Old Testament stuff about it. because it was in Romans, I think, talking about the natural order. Let me see. Hang on.
Yeah. But that's not Jesus. That's Peter.
Right.
Or Paul, rather.
I was just thinking New Testament, not Christ himself. Yeah, I don't think he did specifically. But
he did because he lived it.
The New Testament is the inspired word of God. So, I mean, it's...
Right.
I mean, he lived it, right?
Yeah,
so when people argue that, it's like, no, you don't get to discount and dismiss the Old Testament and the law.
Yeah.
I mean, Christ came not to do away with it again, but to fulfill it.
Right.
And so, the same, no matter where you're at, the natural law still exists. It's murder's wrong. Stealing is wrong. This is God's moral code. You don't steal somebody's wife, And so this is global, historical, never changed.
I guess it's lumped into sexual immorality.
Right.
So I guess the word,
Yeah.
but it's implied.
Here's
it's implied.
Here's the big
Kristen
one.
looked it up. 1 Corinthians 9:10, not Jesus, but 1 Corinthians 6:9-10.
Yeah. So I mean, and there's a lot about sexual immorality in the word. There's a lot about, in the New Testament. They were in Corinthians, they were worshiping Diana, right? So they're having orgies, they're having all kinds of things. You got to stop that. You can't be doing that stuff. And the natural order of things. Yeah. One man, one woman, right? Jesus did say the marriage is honorable in all, in the bed undefiled, but whoremongers and adulterers God will judge. But that has nothing to do with homosexuality, right? According to them. I'm being So.
Well, this is what has allowed conquest of Christian nations forever. People that take the softest of the soft reading of it.
Yes.
And we kind of roll over backwards.
Yep.
And, I mean, part of it is power plays, and like Lebanon, when you hear about Lebanon and the folks that live there, how they were welcoming. They took the softest of the soft stance and welcomed in anybody and everybody. And Islam did what Islam does. It comes in, it gets a little bit of power, and then it spreads. And when it spreads, it kicks the Christians out. So because this has happened in Egypt. Egypt was a Christian nation. The Coptics
Lebanon, like they were all Christian nations.
Syria, Jordan.
They just kicked us out.
Yep. And they come in, take a little bit of power, and then
killed you, murdered you.
Yeah.
So
you pay the jizya, or you give the option to, convert or die, whatever it is.
Yep. I mean, it's wrong. And this people like this, on Colbert Show. I wish you could find that video. I mean, it's not going to be easy, but it's out there because we saw it.
I saw it. Is it of him dancing with the kid, like right beside him, and the kid's like flinching?
Yeah.
Ugh, it was creepy looking.
Yeah, this is sick.
Like, is this legit?
That's this. I have seen that video. That video has been around for years, leaked. If you go looking for it,
let's see. Wait, there was one that was a full screen.
Now, allegedly, that's Stephen Colbert.
Right.
Allegedly. Right.
We are not saying this is him. We're saying that the internet is saying by a lot of people that this is him.
Yep.
And this is not AI generated.
No.
This is out.
This came out before that.
But yeah. So this is not AI.
Wrong clip.
This is before AI. And this is or is not.
Is this the one?
Yep. That's it.
Oy, this is creepy.
It is.
Yep.
Very.
Do I play the volume?
Yeah. I don't.
Man.
It's just.
I don't even know what the volume
is. It's just
is.
a song. You didn't have to die every night. All right.
Okay, that's.
So yeah. It's so hard to watch the kid on that, dude. Like it's.
Sorry, I'm not watching that.
But the profile. Okay, it's.
I will. Sorry, I'll play it. I'm not going to listen to the audio of it. How about that?
That's fine.
Jeez, Lou.
I know, man. I know.
Whether that's him or not, whoever is putting a kid in a weird situation like this.
Look, the profile, dude, is.
I mean,
so close. Like it's.
Yep.
Obviously, we can't say it's 100%, but gosh, that's so flipping.
Here's what's sick about it. Like I saw this,
yeah,
and I couldn't stop thinking about it for days. It bothered my heart. It bothered my soul. It's
tough. It's tough to watch.
And so if this is what we have seen, this isn't what they're talking about, Jared. When they talk about the videos, that's not what they're talking about.
No.
But that's sick enough for me.
Yep.
Like, I can't imagine what they're talking about. Tim Burchett said,
yeah.
I mean, he said he's seen some of the videos and he's like, God, don't do it. Don't watch them. You'll never be the same again.
That video is mild compared to.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
And these
this was him on
Tim Burchett.
Yeah, this is Tim Burchett on. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this is the one. This is the video. I do love Tim Burchett. He's a good man, I think.
Yep.
Catherine Rumler is the big news this morning because she resigned from Goldman Sachs. She was Obama's personal White House attorney. Like Obama's the one who's like sort of skated on this, and nobody's really brought up his name. But wait a second, like the vast majority of Epstein's most heinous crimes took place while Barack Obama was president.
Yep. Well,
Jeffrey Epstein got out of jail right as Barack Obama was being put into office, and all of this stuff was going on, and it's his lawyers, the White House counsel, who's communicating with this pedophile, this convicted, sentenced pedophile, and she's like tee-hee-heeing, doing favors for him through Obama. Obama is like signing executive orders. You can like tie all this back. The Rothschild Bank, like he's like doing all this stuff, and he's like skating somehow. Like Obama's,
it's okay.
Getting zero pushback on this. Why is nobody asking Obama like, why didn't you do something about Jeffrey Epstein?
Because President Obama was created. He's not organic. I mean, you pick this obscure guy from college who has zero records. You have college professors that don't remember him ever being there. And
I didn't know
he
that.
runs. And, and all of a sudden people drop out of races and he's unopposed. And he goes from a state senator to a U.S. senator to an unknown to being president of the United States because he was created. They found somebody that fit their mold. It's the classic. I went back and watched it a couple of days ago, the Brady Bunch, where Greg was wanting to be a great musician, and he was playing all this, like Jim Croce stuff or something. I don't know. And you look up who Jim Croce is. He was great. But he was kind of ballads that were kind of romantic and sad, And so Greg's this guy, and he goes in and this record studio, and they're like, "Yeah, man, yeah, we're really digging what you're putting down, And then he says, and the lady, and it's very almost Epstein-ish, and she says, "Oh, I'm never wrong about these things." Well, the guy that they had, Johnny Bravo, had quit before they could make him a star, and they'd already bought his suit, and Greg fit that suit. And so then they tried to make him a rock, and he was going to be a rock star, but because of his, his slave to his art form or whatever, he couldn't do it, which is total bogus. Anybody given that opportunity would take that chance. But that's the way Obama was. He fit the suit, and he was he's a good-looking, articulate guy, and had a couple of kids, and came up through the corrupt Chicago machine, and that's. And you've got several in Congress that are just like that. Several, the squad. I mean, you had billionaires putting money behind probably 30 or 40 different candidates across the country, and they hit on a half. AOC, they hit on a bunch of them, and that's how they got there. And we got to start realizing this. And the conservatives just aren't good at creating anybody. I mean, we're all a mismatch.
It's true.
Mismatch.
It is great.
Of different backgrounds and everything, and somehow it tends to work occasionally, but here we are, one vote away from losing the majority. But back to the Epstein files, they were putting them out, and the media just for some reason wasn't paying attention to Comer and the oversight committee. We were doing it the right way. 20 or 30,000
the wrong clip. We
pages,
listened to all that,
enough.
and it was the wrong one. This must be the one.
Warn people about, the Chairman Comer was putting out, people have a sick fascination with this stuff. And you got kids. I got a daughter. I've been through this many times with the legislation I've had in Tennessee and dealt with, the officers that are involved with it and the awful things they say. This stuff that is in these files makes all that pale in comparison. And if you're offered an opportunity to view the pictures or read the files, I would seriously consider not doing that.
Yeah.
Because it will haunt you, this stuff that's in there. And here's the problem. The Biden administration, the Obama administration, these files have been out there forever. And I've said this many times. If they had the goods on Trump, that the Obama administration / the Biden administration, because it never really changed hands. They would have had that stuff out there. And this stuff just goes so deep, Benny, and it is very disgusting to me. And, it's evil, it's satanic, and it's from the pits of hell, and that's where these people will end up. And I'd also warn people about, Chairman Comer was putting these files out, and they were going through them, and they were redacting the names that needed to be redacted, the innocent ladies that were involved and all this stuff. And now, of course, Democrats are pitching a fit because some of the names that should have been redacted were not redacted. But the problem you have is they think that some of the girls that were involved later became recruiters for Epstein. So, at one point they're a victim, and the next point they're perpetuating a crime. So I'm not sure, and I don't know how the law works on that. I'm not a lawyer, but you're talking about millions of pages. And again, who keeps millions of pages of illegal activity? It's just a weird thing. And I'm afraid, I don't know that all of it is legit. You've got accusations and rumors, and clearly there's enough in there that's awful. But it's just, I don't think we're ever going to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, I don't think they will either.
No. This is just going to float. I think this is just going to float around.
Yeah.
Forever.
Well, I think a lot of it is for a few reasons. Reason number one, it's satanic. Like you said, it's satanic. Some of the things that happened there and some of the things that they were doing were so dark and so evil that you don't want people to know about that.
Yeah.
You don't. I mean, it's one thing to have relations with a minor or even a child. That's one thing. That's like, okay. It's another thing to eat them.
Yep.
It's another thing to eat
and
them.
it's also, what, like you're saying, what is rumor? What is true? How do we distinguish truth from reality? There's certain people that they're the sharks, circling the chum, and they're not going to be satisfied. There's nothing to satisfy their appetite for destruction. And if they have something in their mind that is, this person was definitely involved, they are rumored to have been involved, so therefore that prophecy must be fulfilled, that they are involved. And if the files show something different, they're never going to be satisfied.
Yep.
So it's a lose situation across the board.
Yep.
We want to know, and we want justice for all the victims. Like that is something that we all can agree on. But it's such a confusing, nasty mess. And
what is that? What is the chemical that they were trying to extract? It's
adrenochrome.
Adrenochrome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I saw a report that they had found like a 55-gallon drum of that.
Really?
Yeah. Which, do you know how many?
I mean, that, yeah.
You know how they harvest? You know how they harvest that?
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
I mean, this is so satanic. It's so wrong. But I mean, it goes to show, like, because there demands to be a blood sacrifice, right?
Mm-hmm.
So no different than Baal. Remember, the same demons are still here today that were the gods of old.
Yep.
Right? They haven't changed, and they still demand the sacrifice. They still demand. So these people are sacrificing to Baal, and they've actually there's so many of these people, they've actually impacted our culture to do the same thing and make it acceptable through abortion.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That's truly what that is. I mean, child sacrifice has been a thing forever.
Yep.
And so it's all a sacrifice to Baal, but they do it so you don't really know that you're doing that, because nobody's going to want to actually sacrifice to Satan, right? That's ridiculous. I would never do that. But I just, really, I don't know if this relationship's going to work out. So I need to, this baby's not going to work for me. It's going to be an inconvenience.
Yeah, it's just
but I'm not going to sacrifice to Satan. It's just, but yeah, it's just like, this is on another level of dark.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that like the people that have started doing some research on it, it's, that have, I actually saw a video the other day of a young man who was able to unredact the redacted by transferring the files into a Word document. A computer guy.
Right. So he was able to do that.
And he said, I'm perfectly healthy. I'm happy. My disclaimer, I'm not going to hang myself.
Yeah.
But this is how you do it. This is how you can do it and see the names and see who was involved in this. And so as that stuff comes out, more and more of those names are going to come out, more and more that, and it's going to be a 20-year process.
Yes.
And that's what drives people nuts, right? Is that like, thanks for releasing the files. Yep. You did the right thing. We all need to know. And there have been some consequences ish. You've got major corporations who their people are stepping down, and, you've got divorces pending, I'm sure.
Well, and because it takes that long, that's why people were just like, yeah, I'm just not going to fool with it.
Right.
And that's how it just keeps getting pushed back.
And in the meantime, we're all about the disappearance of a celebrity's mother. So I guess that's where I'm at with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like
our power. And I hate to speak ill of, I don't want to speak ill of like what's going on with the Guthries and their.
No. I don't think you're speaking ill of saying enough is enough though. Like, okay, we know it's awful. It's tragic.
Yeah.
Y'all will figure it out.
Give us updates on it.
Yeah. Keep us. I don't need to focus. I don't need to be.
But it doesn't need to be the whole thing, the whole day.
I was at the airport. Yeah. It's all it's on. It's like, what, okay, there's that, they're in the backyard.
Yes. Yeah.
Again.
Yep.
Good. I mean, the world's on fire.
Yep.
And this is where we're at.
Yeah.
This little corner, evil is good and good is evil. Mm-hmm. And that's where we're at. And I think what's fascinating is for the last 30 years, these people that are evil, that are really evil, the world has believed are good. And they're operating on our behalf and for our benefit.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, Bill Gates, who's created, all kinds of really great vaccines and has got mosquitoes that deliver them.
Yeah.
Right?
People think that
ticks that keep you from wanting to eat meat.
If you created a foundation that you're good, not knowing where if you contribute to that fund, have no idea where that money goes. So it's yeah.
I mean, Jared, it's exhausting, the news cycle.
Yes, it is.
Jared wants us to tell the live audience that he is registered as a Democrat for the next.
This week he's decided. He
is crossing the line.
I don't see that in the foreseeable future, gentlemen. I do not see that. Oh goodness.
Which I would really say it. God's shining His light, saying, "Repent."
Oh yeah, man.
Repent. Something we don't hear a lot in the church anymore.
Yeah. It's the only thing that's going to help us.
Yep.
That's it.
If my people who are called by my name humble themselves, turn, seek my face, I'll hear from heaven and I'll heal their land. And so, yeah, all right, God, I'm sorry, man, I'm a mess. And not like some people, but a mess is a mess is a mess, right?
Yep.
Maybe that's you tonight, where you're like, my life is upside down. Just want to encourage you, friend. There is an answer to your problems. And it comes in the form of a man who lived and died and rose again. The only person to do it. It's crazy, isn't it? That no other person in history has ever died and risen again 3 days later. But
there's only one grave that's empty.
That's right. He did it. And what's even crazier is he did it, and the record keepers from probably the greatest record-keeping empire of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if Epstein was alive in the time of the Roman Empire, they'd probably have 11 million pages.
Oh gosh, yes.
To go through.
Yes.
But they document it, man. He's not there.
Yep.
But he loves you, and that's your answer. I mean, that's your answer. Give your heart to Christ.
Yep.
Turn. Believe that he is who he says he is. He is the Son of God. He lived and died just for you and was resurrected on the third day to cover all of our wrongs. And man, I'm telling you, without him, this would all be kind of pointless.
Yep.
He's our hope. In a very hopeless world, it feels like. And everything is a distraction and a shiny light. And I think that steers us right back as Christ followers to, we need to focus on what the main thing is, and that's him. The rest of it is just smoke and mirrors.
For all the things in life that we think will be a lasting fulfillment, but are a temporary fulfillment, he is the only one that is the only thing that will be a lasting.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right. Well, till next week, braver than the rest. Keep your eyes to the skies. Our King is returning. Like us and share us. God bless you. Thanks for tuning in.